Welcome to Skater Stories, where we are asking members of our skate community to share their story of why they started roller skating to inspire others. I'm Mel, owner of Roller Girl Gang and passionate roller skater. Today's skater story is shared by Eleanor. Eleanor found roller skating during the pandemic and so much more. I hope you enjoy this story as much as I enjoy listening.
So I am being joined by Eleanor, who I'm very excited that she is here, and I'm just going to hand straight over to Eleanor to introduce herself and tell us about your skate journey.
Great, thank you. Hi, as Mel said, my name's Eleanor. I go by she, her pronouns, and my Instagram handle is self-love on skates. I really started my skating journey because I needed to reconnect with my body and fall back in love with movement. I grew up a dancer, but when I was about 12, I started having some mobility issues, some joint issues. I have since developed some pretty significant chronic pain, and it took me a long time to realize that I was still allowed to move around, even though I have pain. This is Gravestorm, by the way. I can repeat what I was saying.
We're fine. We love a pet invasion.
Yeah, he'll come and go. So it was really important to me to find an activity that felt gentle on my joints, that was also fun, because I believe that exercise shouldn't be punishment. I've spent years trying to lose weight, trying to be skinny. There was a time when I was anorexic, and I'm over it. I'm over that. I would much rather move to have joy in my life and to celebrate that I can move, especially as a disabled athlete. There are some days when I just can't move. And so the days when I can are all the more special. I did happen to choose a somewhat dangerous sport. As many of you know, skating isn't the safest. So I started skating on April 4th, immediately fell in love with it. This was 2022. And by April 27th, I had a broken ankle. So I have spent the last 9 months healing my broken ankle. It was a complicated journey. The entire thing is over on my Instagram if you want to go check it out. I literally posted every day. So I broke my ankle late April. But I didn't have surgery until late August because my doctor made some mistakes and thought that I didn't need surgery when I actually did. So my healing journey has been elongated quite a bit, and that actually gave me this really wonderful opportunity to connect with my body in a new way and to connect with my community. I have connected with, I gotta say, 50 injured skaters, and we message and have camaraderie in this very unique experience of being in love with a sport that also really injured us and trying to get back to that sport that really hurt us and traumatized us. And I found a really beautiful community in that space. And so I'm really actually grateful for my injury, as weird as that sounds. But I found a beautiful niche for myself in the healing, body positive, loving what our bodies can do world of Instagram, which is really unique in a world that prioritizes weight loss and being as strong as possible and go, go, go. My Instagram is all about taking skating as it comes and letting it fuel your life instead of being something you have to do. I decided really early on that I would not be able to do the 365 skate challenge, and that's okay. And I think that a lot of people feel the pressure to skate every day or make this massive progress really quickly, and that's really awesome if that's you, and I'm really happy for you if that's you, but that's not my experience, and that's not a lot of people's experience, especially those of us who do have a disability or are plus sized and feel a little bit more marginalized in the community. And it's just become a really vibrant thing in my life. I really don't know where I'd be today without roller skating. I mean, I might be walking a little easier because I wouldn't have broken my ankle, but I wouldn't have some of the best friendships that I've had in my whole life. I mean, I'm still very young. I'm 24. And some of these people could be lifelong friends. I truly, truly believe that. And roller skating has become a safe space and a safe community for me that I really appreciate.
Oh, I am like, if I was watching us, I'd be weeping, right? And I'm just basically trying to hold it together because I am talking to you. But you're so self-aware, and I wish I'd had the self-awareness that you have at your age, but I'm trying to like work through and not have those regrets in that way. But
it's a lot of therapy.
I know, yes, same, but more recently. And I just really like resonate with a lot of what you said, and about finding your way through and viewing your injury not with resentment, but more, what can I take from this, and can I view it as a gift? But having the ability to change that mindset and go, well, actually, there is something that I can learn from this. I can use this for connection, because I do have a tool that I can use, and seek out other people. And there are so many people that when they're hurt, they just retreat. And I understand that too.
Oh, yeah.
But the fact that you've created a little tiny corner of the internet and just gone, or we can connect and we can go through this healing journey and support each other. What a special, amazing human you are. And
Thank you.
Thank you for coming to talk to me. I'm
Thank you.
I'm so privileged. I mean, it's just so, it really resonates with what we're trying to do. And I absolutely understand as well what you're saying about, if your journey does not look the same as somebody else's on the internet, that is okay. And in fact, it would be weird if it did.
Yeah, that was something. Yeah, that was something I really had to come to terms with early on, because I can't skate every day. And even before I broke my ankle, I couldn't skate every day. And like, there's some really incredible skaters and I'm obsessed with them. But I honestly had to unfollow them because I was comparing myself to them. And that wasn't anything on their end. It was just that I needed to set some boundaries. And that, I guess, is my piece of advice for people. Set boundaries on social media. You can love people and not look at them ever. Or, you can block people if they're being mean. Make yourself a happy little corner. That's really what I've tried to do, and what roller skating has allowed me to do, because this community is incredible. I had an art account before my skating account. So much hate, so much it was terrible. I don't know. I hated it. It was so stressful. Now I just post silly videos. I have fun. Everybody puts hearts in the comments and I make friends, and it's easy. And that's what your hobbies should be. They should fuel you instead of drag from you.
Yes, they should energize you. Yeah, definitely. They should fill you back up and not drain you. Yeah,
exactly.
Absolutely.
Or they're not a hobby. There's something you're forcing yourself to do.
Yes, definitely. But I've lived a very similar journey, just at a different time, where I realized that I was also not able to take part in the 365 challenge, and that it wasn't for me.
Yeah.
But I also didn't realize in my early days of Instagram that the 365 challenge people can take part in at any time of their skate career. So they may have been skating for 15 years, but now they feel prepared to embark upon a really big challenge. Or it may be their day 3 of roller skating ever. And so you might see someone who's making extremely early progress versus someone who's making huge progress in another area of skating.
Definitely.
Yeah,
that's a really great point that I actually hadn't thought about, is not everyone is a beginner. And so these people that you're looking at could have been skating since they were 4 years old. I mean, I've been skating maybe 30 times, total, because I had such a big break in the middle. I'm still a roller skater,
Yep.
it doesn't matter if you've skated 5 times or if you've skated 1,000 times. If you're in love with the sport, there is a space for you in this community, and that's really wonderful.
That's really wonderful, and it's brilliant that you are saying that. Oh, I'm like just going to go away and have a little weep, and then I'll come back to the next people to have a chat to. But I think you've kind of hit the nail on the head. And yeah, like the thing that we constantly tell people is give yourself permission to take the smallest step, because if you even show up and you know nobody here, and it's something that you've never done as an adult, and you have a lot of fear and you're bringing a lot of anxiety to roller skating, but you show up and then you put skates on and then you stand up in them, like, please do not underestimate how big a deal that is. And people will say, but my expectation for myself is that I'm going to come, I'm going to lap the room, and I'm going to potentially do another trick. And I'm like, let's just reevaluate your experiences, because I think that learning to roller skate is not like learning another activity.
No, it's so much harder than you expect it to be. Like when I ordered my skates, I was like, I've rollerbladed once or twice when I was a kid. I can totally do this. But it is a full body workout, and it does take the same attention as a full body workout does. You need to be clicked in with your brain. It's not just like flowing to music, freestyle dance in the way that it looks oftentimes. It's just as nuanced as like weightlifting and things like that. And nobody would say, nobody, professional athletes don't say, I'm going to weightlift every single day for an entire year. Nobody says that. Football players don't play every day for a year. They will hurt themselves.
Right.
And so there is an accessibility to being able to just put on your skates and sit on your couch and be like, I did it for the day.
Yeah.
But even that takes this mental process. You're strapping wheels to your feet. Even if you haven't been injured, everybody knows that you could fall at any moment and injure yourself. And there is a quiet trauma to that like hides in your brain, especially for those of us who have injured ourselves. But I believe everybody, there is this fear of falling, and you do get over that. And falling is important to roller skating and part of learning, but it's dangerous and that's scary. And we are choosing every day to strap ourselves to literally tiny wheels.
Yep.
And like go for a run.
Yep. And when you put it in those terms, we think, why are we doing this to ourselves? But what do we get out of it?
So much.
The feeling.
Yeah, so much. I mean, just looking at my skates makes me feel warm inside, like for these last months, I've spent a lot of time off skates. I'm in a very unique position where I know so much minutia and details about skating, but I have no idea how to put it in practice. And so like for the last several months when I take time off skates, sometimes I'll just like change out the laces or play with the wheels, because it gives my hands and my brain something to do, that it's engaging with something that I enjoy and something that's beautiful.
That's what a great way to stay involved with your skates.
Yeah.
Oh, like this has been the warmest conversation, and I appreciate you so very much. Can I just ask one more question?
Of course.
Which part of the world are you in?
I'm in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So kind of like Eastern US. I know 0 people near me who skate. So I really need to find some Pittsburgh skaters, but
I'm sure they will be out there somewhere.
Somewhere.
Just hiding in the winter. Yeah.
Well, there's so many hills, and it's so snowy here that like I'll wait until summer.
Okay, that sounds perfect. Thank you so much for joining me
and
sharing your story today.
Of course.
I'm sure you're going to connect a whole load more people.
I hope so.
And yeah, maybe at some point we can have a longer conversation.
I would love that.
Thank you so much for joining me.
Take
care, Eleanor.
You too.
Thank you for listening to today's skate story. I hope you find it as inspiring and uplifting as I did. Can't wait for the next one.